Late scratching, race 2, number 11, Effitalia. It's a late scratching. That means there are 4 scratchings in that race and 2 late ones. The late ones are 2 and 11, the others are 4 and 7. 1, 7 and 10 on race 1 at Charlton. Let's take you to Chris O'Brien now as they move in for the first event from the Sapphire Coast in southern New South Wales.
Nick, and good afternoon everybody. The first of 7 races here at the Sapphire. And the runner's just being called forward now for this first event. Track's in great order, rated as fast. And of course this is the first year of operation here at this new course at the Sapphire. Now I knew the judge has moved into line. Bit of doubt I thought about him running the distance, although his breeding suggests he'll run a fairly strong distance. A fairly strong 2100, I should say. He's at around 320. Now, the favourite is Country King at 260. His best form has been over 2,000 metres and a bit further, Country King, so that's the reason for good support for him. He's the favourite downstairs. Angry Jat is at 480. I knew the judge now has moved into favouritism, 280 in front of Country King at 290, so good duel for favouritism. I knew the judge and Country King. I've got a liking for Angry Jat. I think he's a little bit of value there at the 480. He's been placed over 2,000 metres and he's just coming back to form. I liked his last start at Bombala. He rattled home for second on that occasion, and I thought that was a fair indication for that Angry Jat was coming back to form. So we've got about 4 moved in. Spirit of the West is locked away. Mare San, Mr. Lomu. He's likely to go hard in front, Mr. Lomu. So now the last couple coming up to join the line. 2,100 metres the distance to the Retrovision Country Class 3 plate. The first of 7 here at the Sapphire. And the starter moves to the front of the stalls. Angry Jat's drawn on the inside. Spirit of the West has settled with Nedamorado, Country King, Mare San and Mr. Lomu. I knew the judge a little bit toey. Oh, he wants to rear up now. I knew the judge. Fairly excited and attended in. Grips hold of his ear. He settles again. Starter casts his eye over the field. They're racing in the first of 7 at the Sapphire, and a pretty good start too. Mare San in the centre, and I knew the judge and Mr. Lomu. They all go forward, and I'd say the pace will go on. It'll come from Mr. Lomu now driving through to take over. Murphow tries to ease. I knew the judge, and behind them, Mare San goes to third. Country King on the outside of Angry Jat. Nedamorado to second last, and Spirit of the West is at the tail. They've left the straight. Onto the bend now. They've got a bit over 1,600 metres to go, and Mr. Lomu in his usual role. He clears out to lead by 3 lengths over Mare San. I knew the judge goes up and he's outside. He's going a little bit keenly, I knew the judge, as they race past the 1,600. Angry Jat's tucked away on the inside, a half length away to Country King. Nedamorado second last, and Spirit of the West is a little bit keen. He's back at the tail, and he's about 9 lengths from the leader. Down the back, racing to the 1,300, Mr. Lomu. He's out by 5 lengths from Mare San. 1 length away, I knew the judge. Angry Jat's on the inside, a further length away to Country King. Nedamorado second last, and Spirit of the West is at the tail. They're racing to the 1,100, and Mr. Lomu, he's out by 6 lengths. Mr. Lomu, best part of 6 lengths now to Mare San. 3 parts the length away, I knew the judge. Angry Jat tucked away on the inside, 1 length to Country King. Nedamorado's back to second last, and Spirit of the West tacks on at the tail. Still about 10 or more from the leader. Mr. Lomu onto the next corner. He races towards the 700 metre mark, out by 5 lengths on Mare San. Half length away, I knew the judge. Angry Jat still pocketed away on the inside. Country King holds him there. 1 length to Spirit of the West, and Nedamorado's at the tail. Mr. Lomu racing to the 600 metre mark, still out by 5 lengths. Mare San holds second. I knew the judge the outside. Now he's popped the question on Country King, Spirit of the West. Angry Jat with nowhere to go. He's looking for a run, and Nedamorado's at the tail. Into the straight. They've got 400 to go. Mr. Lomu starts to come back to them. He's out by 2.5. I knew the judge is ranging up. Spirit of the West. Angry Jat still hasn't got a great deal of room, and Country King is boxing away. Mr. Lomu's just about had enough. He's only a half on I knew the judge, and Spirit of the West chiming in. Angry Jat had to go back to the inside, and Spirit of the West on the outside. Mr. Lomu fights back, but now Angry Jat bursts through. Angry Jat gets out late. He's home. Angry Jat goes on to score either Mr. Lomu or Spirit of the West for second and third. It's tight. Then Country King. They were followed in by I knew the judge. I think he struggled at the distance, I knew the judge. Nedamorado and Mare San was at the tail. Well, Angry Jat in a small field of 7 just couldn't get a run till it was nearly all over, and finally Ray Silburn hooked back to the inside, and he found room, and he's burst through to score quite a strong win on the line. He'll pay $5.20 on Super Tab at about 440 New South Wales, but he ran into all sorts of troubles on Angry Jat, dead end after dead end. Finally he switched back to the inside, got clear room, And Angry Jat ran out a strong 2100 metres to land the money. Trained by Nugget Wheatley here at Bega, a brown gelding 6, ridden by Ray Silburn. He's by Idle John out of I'm So Vain, owned by PR Ricks and SW Box, AJ Gowing, P. Kilkelly, P. Turner and G. Arkin. Now second's tight, either Spirit of the West on the outside or Mr. Lomu. Nothing in it. Spirit of the West ridden by Ron Bundy and Mr. Lomu, who fought back very strongly, ridden by Stephen Null. He set up a good pace in front. Mr. Lomu, I thought he was pretty much going to stop and run last, but a gutsy effort. He kept boxing on and he's in a photo there for second and third money. So the numbers after the first here at the Sapphire are 1, 7 and 5. The time was 2:10.42. 1:75 official. The time 2:10.42. We wait on margins. I'll send further details down the line back for the call of the second at 8 minutes past 2.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the Sapphire Coast looking as good as ever, and Angry Jat $4.40 and $2. The winner coming back to scale. Now let's look at these horses as they parade for the Tanagra at $10. West Common Lass at $7.20. 18 for Car Park, or Car Pack actually. Soprano is at 24. Leadon Halish is at 39, or Liam Halish Mox at 24. Sports Girl 88, having a few problems with the names over the last couple of minutes.
Bulgin has drawn in nice and close. He was never caught on the track at Nowry's previous run. Now they've moved up quickly for a start in the Sky Channel Maiden. One to move up, and that is Soprano. The starter scurries to the front of the stalls. Now Soprano's locked away, so these maidens very well behaved, and they've moved up very quickly for a start. In the second, it's over 1200, where our Irish Hope will run as the favourite. West Common Lass, Socks Off's a little bit keen to get on with it, so too is Sports Girl. They're both drawn a little wide. They settle now. Starter has the button. Tantangra's drawn in close. He's likely to drift back a little bit in the run. Now they're racing, and Luke stood there, missed it by about a length, and Car Pack and Moxette came out full of running, and Sports Girl driving into a handy spot. Our Irish Hope, the favourite, is handy, and West Common Lass races up on its outside. Tantangra drifting back as Luke, after blowing the starters, rushing up through the centre of the field. Lehigh Mollish was next from Socks Off, and Soprano the tail, and must be 9 lengths from the leader. Sports Girl at the 800, sped away, leads by 2 lengths on Moxette. Luke continued that run from last as hunting up around them, moves to third place now. Car Pack's on the inside, 1 length away, West Common Lass. Our Irish Hope, the favourite, drifted back today. It's about 5 or 6 lengths from the leader and is tucked away on the fence from Lehigh Mollish as they're about to turn. Soprano next, Soxed Off, and Tantangra into the straight, 400 metres to go, and Luke continued that run to join the leaders. Battling on with Sports Girl and Moxette in the centre. Car Pack coming with a good run now. Our Irish Hope to the outside. He's starting to wind up slowly, the favourite, and then West Common Lass. Car Pack at the 200, a narrow leader over to Luke. Now our Irish Hope is coming with a good run. Our Irish Hope is closing in on Car Pack. Car Pack is kicking back, but our Irish Hope just about has him covered. It'll be tight. Car Pack fought back to hold off our Irish Hope. Luke was third, and not a bad run after blowing the start. Then West Common Lass, Lehigh Mollish, followed in by Tantangra, Moxette, Socks Off, well out of it, Soprano, and Sports Girl the tail. Favourite looks certain to get home at the 100. But just died on his run, and Car Pack fought back. Car Pack at $13.90 on New South Wales and $2.60 the place. I reckon has got there from our Irish Hope. Our Irish Hope closed the margin quickly from about the 200 through to the 100. And he looked certain to overhaul Car Pack, but Car Pack just kept kicking, and our Irish Hope's run may have died. He was giving away a few kilos in weight as well, at about 3.5 kilos. And that may have told. It's not a great deal in it at the finish, just having a look at the replay. Car Pack just hanging on. Our Irish Hope had a bit of a lunge, but he's not going to get there in time. In fact, the numbers are up. Number 9, Car Pack, Kevin Sweeney, is ridden by Kevin Sweeney, trained by Neil Osborne at Sutton. As a bay gelding 5 by Select Prince out of Valley of Jewels, and is owned by NJ and Mrs. D.Y. Osborne. Second place, our Irish Hope, the favourite, ridden by Rowley Saxton. And third, number 5, was Luke, ridden by Peter Malin. Missed the kick to Luke and hunted up after blowing the start to take the leaders on, and still battling away for third money on the line. At Car Pack should pay $13.90 the win, $2.60 the place. Our Irish Hope $1.20 the place. Luke $2.10 the place.
Yes, Car Pack the winner over our Irish Hope and Tallock. Our next racing event will come through from Banana, and it's race number 4 on today's program of racing. And General Bean at $3.50 for Jason Baldock. This horse ran second last start at Wangaratta.
Run down the back straight. All Our Heart is still out. Jody Bryant brings up All Our Heart. Seattle Scout will be the last for the Casino Canberra maiden handicap. Casino Canberra, one of the sponsors here this afternoon. And the starter moves to the front of the stalls to send them on their way. So a good run from the 1600 shoot. Down the back straight on this big roomy Sapphire Coast track. So outside barriers have got plenty of time to work themselves into a forward position. Baron Joey Light is drawn a little wides out in about 11. Just Sam drawn in close, settles with All Our Heart. Starter casts his eye over the field. They look pretty right. And now they're racing. Dainty Rose and Bogong Hill, both very slow to go, and Baron Joey Light won the jump. Our Sovereign Star and Just Sam drive forward now to make a line of three as they race onto the course proper. 2 lengths away, Jaunt. There's a bit of speed on in the early stages. Rising Glow goes up to be fifth in the outside of Jaunt when they settle down. A length away, Projectile, Ciaria Girl, a gap away, Seattle Scout from Circuit Bit on his inside. 2 lengths to Dainty Rose, a further 2 to All Our Heart, and Bogong Hill at the tail. Must be at least a dozen from the leader. They've gone quick, and now he takes over on Rising Glow. Rising Glow whipped round them going towards the 800 metre mark, and he's cleared out rather the 1000 metre mark to lead by 2 lengths. Our Sovereign Star, Just Sam up on his outside. 4 or 5 lengths away to Baron Joey Light, a further 3 away Jaunt. Ciaria Girl's on its inside, 2 lengths away Projectile. Circuit Bitters a long way back with Seattle Scout. Dainty Rose from All Our Heart and Bogong Hill is at the tail. They are flying in front. Rising Glow surely can't keep going at this pace. Racing towards the 600, out by 3 lengths. Just Sam, the Victorian visitor, holds down second from Our Sovereign Star. Baron Joey Light is starting to move into it stylishly the outside. A gap away Ciaria Girl as they turn. Circuit Bid starts to make up ground from Jaunt, and then Seattle Scout at the head of the remainder. Into the straight to the 350. Rising Glow just in front. Just Sam is giving chase. Now Baron Joey Light is ranging up on the outside. Rising Glow still giving some cheek. Baron Joey Light just about level at the 200 though. Just Sam is plugging away back in third. Baron Joey Light, he swept to the lead at the 100, and Baron Joey Light draws away from Rising Glow over the final stages. Baron Joey Light goes on to score a length and a half. Rising Glow tight third, probably Ciaria Girl just in front of Jaunt and Just Sam, then Bogong Hill. All Our Heart, Circuit Bid, Projectile well back, Seattle Scout, Our Sovereign Star, and Dainty Rose is at the tail. Baron Joey Light has got the money. Brent Stanley, trained by Frank Cleary, number 2. Baron Joey Light, Bay Filly, 3 by Imposing Bull out of Elegant Star, and is owned by Ken Jones and Mrs. E.C. Jones. Baron Joey Light was about 4th or 5th in a fast run race. He had a nice trail back off the pace, and he ranged up quickly in the straight. Rising Glow, who set a torrid speed in front, has battled on well for second money, but he had no answer for Baron Joey Light. Third's pretty tight. I thought Ciaria Girl may have run third just in front of Jaunt and Just Sam. We'll check the slow-mo there, but Baron Joey Light, numbers go up in the frame, and they are 2, 11 and 6 become official. 2, Baron Joey Light. The winner, 11, was Rising Glow second, and third went to number 6, was Ciaria Girl, officially third. 136.78. 136.78 is just outside the track record, and it smashes the class record, so that gives you an indication of the speed they went. 136.78, a new class record, 1.5 lengths the winner scored by, and there was 2 3/4 second and third.
Thank you very much to Chris. Of course, the start of this race will be at the 1,000 metre start. And now let's just go around the circuit and have a bit of a look around. There's the grandstand area there at the Sapphire Coast. This was opened about a year ago. And as we pan across the track, we'll get a head-on shot of the home stretch. Look how wide that is. Plenty of lovely bushland, and look how wide the home stretch is. It's a magnificent home straight, isn't it, that one there at the Sapphire Coast? And as we pan further left, we'll be able to see further news from this track as far as the viewing is concerned. There's the infield dam, I guess you could call it. They'll be taking water from that. And as you can see, it's lovely territory round about there. And in the summertime, it gets quite warm. And this race will start at the 1,000. It's a lovely back straight as well. Nice pictures coming through there from the Sapphire Coast, which is in Bega, or pretty close to Bega, which is near Tathra, which is on the south coast of New South Wales on the coastline. Race 5 at Fairfield, number 6, Caravan Saray, 9 Diamond Lane and 9 Sir Gawain, Quinella 17, trifecta 93.80, and Crudler beat Scarlet Astron and Table Jets at Taree. Quinella was 3.30 and the trifecta was 49.60. Moving it at the coast now, let's take it to Chrissy O'Brien.
The Bega Valley Motors Class 1 handicap over 1,000 metres. And again, a fairly open affair. Try line has had fairly strong support downstairs. And he holds favouritism downstairs and on the TABs at $2.60 at the moment. Our Hopeful Heart has gone up. Shiraz has moved into line. Max Candid around the 490. Look well in the enclosure. I think he'll run a cheeky race. He's probably got a bit of improvement in him after winning first up at Goulburn. A little bit green that day, and he'll be fitter for the run. Gold Amp looked particularly well. It's at 5.30. Then out to Fatina at 9.10. Hopeful Heart's at $10, and Jock's Bet is at $19. There's a pretty tidy win by Max Candid and Maiden Company at Goulburn. A try line won its maiden here on this track, 2 runs back, and wasn't disgraced in a placing at Queanbeyan's latest run, and he is trained on the track. So that's the reason the supporters come for Tryline. Nice type of horse too, trained by the very capable Nugget Wheatley. Gold Amp is still out. John Scorse in the saddle. Gold Amp's had 2 runs back from a spell. She drew very wide first up at went down in Victoria Provincial Track. Wasn't all that far away at Nowra second up, so you'd expect a fair run from Gold Amp. Darren Berg comes up. Shiraz. Hopeful Heart has settled. Max Candid locked away. We might just about have them all. You can't see back behind the barrier stalls from the 1,000-metre start. So it's always a little bit of a mystery if there's 1 or 2 back there, but I can see the starter making his way to the front of the stalls, so they must be all placed away. Ready to run in the Bega Valley Motors Class 1 handicap. Tryline to run as the favourite. Nugget Wheatley, the trainer, trained the first winner, Angry Jat. Tryline won his maiden here recently. Now the starter is at the front of the gates. Casts his eye over them. He takes the button. Hopeful Heart, Max Candid. Tryline's drawn in close. Gold Amp towards the outside settles. And they're racing. Got them away to a fairly level line. Max Candid in the centre, and Fatina are one of the first to break it, and Rare Silk is driving up, and Gold Amp is now mustering pace. So it's going to be a fair charge for the early lead. Tryline's going to settle in behind them with Hopeful Heart pushing up on his inside. They were followed by Jock's Bet, and Shiraz is drifting back with Darren Berg, and So Star on his outside is back at the tail at the 600, and Max Candid on the inside shows the way. Gold Amp is outside. Hopeful Heart's tucked away on the inside. Rare Silk trapped a little wide. The favourite Tryline's fourth, looking for a bit of a run now. Fatina holds him in a pocket as they turn. Then came Shiraz and Darren Berg from Jock's Bet. Max Candid racing to the 300 just in front, but Gold Amp puts the pressure on the outside. Tryline's under a little bit of pressure. The favourite back behind them. Gold Amp got to a narrow lead. Max Candid fights back. Gold Amp just in front of Max Candid. Tryline running home late, wants to veer out. It's Max Candid on the inside and Gold Amp. Gold Amp doing the better work, and Gold Amp got up to beat Max Candid. Darren Berg flew for third. Tryline was erratic. Wanted to get off the track. The favourite has finished in 4th position. Then Hopeful Heart and Fatina, Jock's Bet, Raz, and they were followed in by Rare Silk and So Star at the tail. Gold Amp has got the money, showing $5 on the New South Wales TAB and $1.90. Number 2, Gold Amp, ridden by John Scorse. He got across from an outside gate. He wasn't all that quick to begin, but he was able to get across, mustering pace after about 100 or so metres to sit on the outside of the leader, Max Candid. That two fought out a great duel all the way down the straight. Max Candid, Gold Amp, they stride for stride with Gold Amp just doing a shade the better on the line to score. Trained by Barbara Joseph in Canberra. Chestnut Filly 3 by Maid of Gold out of I Love Amanda, owned by GW Mrs CM Tory. Second will be 3, Max Candid, ridden by Rowley Saxton, and third will be Darren Berg, made up plenty of ground, ridden by Larry Mortel. Gold Amp, $5, $1.90 should pay. Max Candid, number 3, $1.80 for the place, and 6, Darrenberg was at $4.90. That'll add a bit of value into the trifecta. Officially 4th, number 4, Tryline, the favourite. He was erratic again today. He was wanting to run out for Merv Fowler, had a bit of a job at his hands to keep him straight. So he was somewhat disappointing. He does have the potential, but at the moment, his manners are not the best.
Fair enough. All right, we'll keep our eye and see what happens with him. Okay, race 5 at the Sapphire Coast, and Charlie Horse is at $1.80. The conditions just, I guess, getting a little worse there. They're not that much good at the moment. They're a little bit overcast and fairly blowy. Here's Chris now for race 5.
A few minutes. Drinking Silver's one who I thought might be a little bit of value. He will charge home ladies around the $24 mark at the moment. Aussie Doll's a likely improver too on her recent form. She's had one run back from a long spell. Now Drinking Silver and Gwyneth about to join them. Strategic Command stands up. Tan Cadet is still out. He's got pretty tidy form too, this 8-year-old Tan Cadet. He's been mixing it with some capable horses up in Queanbeyan and Canberra. Very consistent. Now Drinking Silver will be the last. The 1200 metre shoot for race number 5 here at the Sapphire, and it's the Great Southern Energy Class 2 handicap. Starter still at the back of the stalls. They all look pretty right. The favourite Charlie horse from the Frank Cleary stables. Frank trained an earlier winner. And I know Ken Jones will be tuned in watching his horse, Charlie Horse, here in this event. He also has Regal Sunai, Frank Cleary stables, in this same race. Starter has the button now, so we're just about ready to run. 1200 metres, Gates crash back, good level line 2. Templeton just a shade slow into stride once they got going, and Drinking Silver dropping back. Lovers Lasses spearing through, and Gunning Ra Road now shows a turn of foot is going to lead. On settling, Gunning Ra Road leads Aussie Doll pushing up on the outside, and Charlie Horse gets into a forward spot. He's going to lob into third just behind the leaders. Strategic Command is outside, Lovers Lasses on the inside. Regal Sunai between runners. Tan Cadet is trapped out on the outside about 4 wide as Frost Free pushes up. They were followed by Gwyneth. Templeton's back to second last, and Drinking Silver at the tail about 8 or 9 lengths from the leader. Pace is good. Gunning Ra Road at the 600 shows the way narrowly from Aussie Doll. Charlie Horse on the fence third. Strategic Commands he's outside. Tan Cadet is 4 wide. Lovers Lasses tucked away. Frost Free, Regal Sunai, Templeton and Drinking Silver into the straight. 350 to go. Gunning Ra Road just about claimed by Aussie Doll, who dashed to the lead, but here's Charlie Horse. Charlie Horse ranged up quickly on the outside of Aussie Doll as they race towards the 200. Lovers Lass and Templeton starting to get home well, but Charlie Horse put a gap in them now at the 100. Charlie Horse is spearing away. Aussie Doll battles on. Lovers Lass, Templeton late, but Charlie Horse bolts in. Tight for second and third. Templeton possibly just in front of Aussie Doll, then Drinking Silver charging home late. Lovers Lass died the last little bit. Gwyneth, Regal Sunai, Frost Free, Gunning Ra Road, Strategic Command, and Tan Cadet has put in a bad one today. He's knocked up the run at the tail. He's bolted in. Charlie Horse the favourite, the way favourites should for Brent Stanley. The double comes up for Frank Cleary, the trainer, and for his jockey Brent Stanley. Charlie Horse is a brown colt 3, and he's owned by Ken Jr. and Mrs. E.C. Jones. And Charlie Horse is a brown colt 3 by De Heer out of Gay Dynasty. He's a nicely bred fellow. He didn't do a great deal as a 2-year-old, but he's really come back a different horse, his preparation. And his win at Goulburn and now his win here today have been pretty smart. I think he's going to go on into stronger company now. Number 1, Charlie Horse, the winner. Very tight second, possibly Templeton, number 8, ridden by Ron Bundy, who was just in front of number 3, Aussie Doll. They're the numbers now, 1, 8 and 3. 1, 8, 3. The time was 1:10.53. 1:10.53, another pretty smart run. This track very fast, and that's over a second inside the previous class record. So the winner, number 1, Charlie Horse, Brent Stanley. 2nd to 8, Templeton. 3rd to number 3, Aussie Doll. 4 was 4th, Lovers Lass. 1:10.53 the time. No margins to hand as yet. So I'll send the further details down the line, and we'll be back with the 6th event here at the Sapphire at 4:40.
Okay, well done. Thank you very much, Chris. And that's marvellous.
Davenport Trist is still out. He's about to come along now. Noble Tenor goes up. Kirisdale will be held back. He'll be the last. It's over 1,400 metres. It's a good field. One of the best fields I've seen for the AHA Cup, which is run this time of the year every year, with the formerly with the Bega Jockey Club, now with the Sapphire Coast Turf Club. Kirisdale, the second favourite, will be the last to join them. 360 the Prune at the moment, favourite. Head of Kirisdale. It's at 380. There's been a bit of a rally for Kirisdale. Looks the part. He's got the form on the board. Distance suits. Michael Ward's up. He's drawn a little wide in 12, but it is a fairly good run from this 1,400 metre start. We'll wait on Kirisdale to join the line and we will be set. The Tiger has settled. Big Ellery, Merendee. Bromac stands up. Charles in charge. The Prune and Farzak have settled, the 2 Cleary representatives. It's a good incentive, the $15,000 bonus the Sapphire Coast Turf Club have put up for this meeting. That was to win 2 minor races plus this one, the feature. Frank already has 2 minor wins on the board. Now Kirisdale links up. They're ready to run. Starter moving to the front of the stalls with the 1999 AHA Aristocrat Cup. It is over 1,400 metres. And the Prune is the favourite, 370, just ahead of Kerrisdale, 380. So good support for Kerrisdale late. Starters in position. Gulhua has settled. Line looks pretty good. Starter takes a button. Vishalavo stands up. Farzak ready to run. No, the starter's not happy with them. This could be a manual start. Light flashing. He's going back to his button. So we're about to happen. Well, one rearing high. It's Bromac. Rider is out of the saddle. Tendon jumps in. He's trying to settle Bromac. Tendon's jumping in everywhere. In fact, it could be cast, Bromac. They've opened the back stalls. Starter going to the back of the gates. They've taken... Oh, there's another one who's dismounted. It is Valerian's rider. So a little bit of trouble as we're about to have them. Valerian's out the back. Bromac still in the stalls, but the rider standing on the back of the barriers. So, yeah, he's cast, this horse, Bromac, I think. Giving some trouble. They might have him... he's still cast, Bromac. He's up, got his leg over the corresponding stall, I think. So Bromac is the one giving trouble. I thought we might have got a better shot on Sky at it. Valerian's out of the stalls. So hopefully they won't have to take the other runners out. Let's wait and see what happens. The attendant's working overtime. Now they've got him out, Bromac.
Nicely clear, Pretty Gold. Spears away to lead by 4 lengths over Regal Rock second. Irish Master third on the outside, followed by Elusive Title. 5 to Huendale Law from Greyhawk Ann's Junction, and 8 lengths last of all was Currency Doll. At the top turn, Pretty Gold still 2 in front. Regal Rock is taking ground off it from Elusive Title and Irish Master. Into the straight up goes Regal Rock on the inside of Pretty Gold to race to the front. Regal Rock races away to win by a length and a half. Pretty Gold second. Third was Elusive Title, followed by Irish Master.
On the outside of Bromac, they were followed by the Tiger. Kerrisdale's whipping up, but he's trapped out about three wide, and he's going to go forward at the 1,000-metre mark. Charles in charge is midfield from Gilhua. Big Ellery's out on his outside. A length away came Merendee. Noble Tenor drifting back. Our Mr. Kinman is back to third. Last Farzak and Davenport Trist at the tail. Probably 15 lengths from the leader. Elvisha Laveau takes the upfield to the 700-metre mark. 1 length on the Prune. Kerrisdale's forced to race 3 wide on their outside from Bromac, Valerian the Tiger. Charles in charge from Noble Tenor. Big Ellery Gill, who was in a clump of horses. Out Mr. Kinman. Merendee as well back as they're about the turn with Davenport, Trist and Farzak. Into the straight in the cup now. They're inside the 400. Elvisha Laveau is grabbed by the Prune. Here's Kerrisdale coming with a good run the outside. Valerian. Then came the Tiger and Charles in charge from Gould, who are now Mr. Kinman, the widest runner. Kerrisdale at the 200 raced up to the Prune. Kerrisdale put his nose in front of the Prune. They're getting clear of Elvisha Laveau, but Kerrisdale just in front of the Prune. He's doing the better work, Kerrisdale, and Kerrisdale wins the cup from the Prune. Tight third, Charles in charge, maybe in front of Davenport Trist. They were followed in by Elvisha Laveau and the Tiger, and Mr. Kinman making up ground late. Merendee, Bromac, Gill, who are Big Ellery, Valerian knocked up. Well back was Noble.